This is that first band that I sprayed last year at the proper speed, so we were putting down the right amount of glyphosate on. And it's just as obvious as can be. It's a perfect line of broadleaves, forbs, wildflowers, weeds. There's all kinds of great stuff coming up in here with a very reduced composition of grass. So there's enough sunlight getting in here that the grass is not so thick that we're not getting an explosion of growth of these guys. And then one pass over, my boom's 10 feet wide. So right here, by contrast, is full grass with very few scattered broadleaves, and they're gonna get crowded out. By the time another month happens, these things are gonna be a crown, closed canopy over the top of this whole thing. So if I was to go back in time, I would convince myself to drive the right speed and make sure I'm putting down, my tank is calibrated, my sprayer puts down 14 gallons an acre. So I would have had 2 quarts of glyphosate and 14 gallons of water, and we would have gotten the right rate done. So throw all that out the window because that's good for you to know, but that's not what we're doing here. We intentionally killed these rooms and hallways in the middle of this stand. So we're gonna have tall grass border all the way around the field, and the interior of this field is gonna have these awesome openings that just connect and continue to go across these blocks. One room leading to another room connected by a hallway, multiple ways out and in. Over the hill behind the next round, there's gonna be another opening, so it's just gonna be a lot of edge, a lot of opportunity for deer to spatially distance themselves from one another so that the social pressure can be reduced. But just the offering that this is gonna provide of more of a native mix of exactly what I showed you there, and then some. We're adding some more stuff. We've added some stuff in this mix to provide just some more aesthetics too. There's a lot of color in here that we're gonna have to enjoy. Cone flowers and false sunflowers and all kinds of colorful plants too that'll just be awesome to look at as well. So the update for this part of the project will probably be more exciting, especially to me, I know, than anything that we've done in the past. As far as, I mean, the grass turned out and it did wonderfully well. The trees are doing their thing. The oaks are in there. We learned our lesson there. We're no longer mowing between the rows so that they're getting some kind of shelter and protection from the deer. We're tubing them where we can as we go. But this is really exciting to me. Converting, we had so many acres that were just being unused, 7 acres in total. So I think we're gonna have close to 3 acres in wildflowers and forbs here and pollinators. So it's going to be awesome.
Super awesome.
I like to show you too, Zach and I were really seeing specific selected plants that were being eaten off the top, and we saw some fleabane in here, we saw some aster. There are some plants that were introduced through a mix that I got that actually we're using for this weekend, but I tried a little overseeding last year after we did that spray. Of course, the grass engulfed everything and killed. But some of this stuff that you're seeing here is in the mix that we're using today. Check this out. You can there's very select plants that are being selected and eaten off, whereas the ones next to them, not so much. But as you know, they're very, they move a lot and they select what they know is good for them at the time. They have the ability to sense what protein, how it tastes, how to distinguish, just like you and I. Some of you like hamburgers and hot dogs, some of you like steak and ice cream and other things like that. But no, seriously, the deer know what they're doing, and it's gonna be a learning experience for us too to understand which of these forbs and weeds they prefer at different times of the summer and season as the season goes by, because these levels of protein, the flowering stages and things like that will be variable across these species, and we'll be able to pay attention. And that's why I got somebody like this young man right here to help me remember it'll just be fun to learn what they like the best, when and why.
And when we put it inside of the rooms and hallways, we know that it's like that ground is going to be useful. Because right now, I mean, if you look at this switch in there, it wasn't doing anything. So putting that inside is gonna be pretty fun to watch a deer in the stand and not have to wonder what the heck's out there.
Right. The grass was a huge success if we wanted nothing more than screening. It was an incredible success for screening. But for what we wanted to make it, bedding and security cover and sanctuary, just too much of a good thing.